This tutorial will show you how to set up Quest Machine's Invector integration. In this project, I've already imported Quest Machine and Invector's third-person shooter template, although the integration works with any of Invector's controllers. The next step is to import two integration packages. The first one is in Plugins Pixel Crusher's common third-party support. Import Invector support. Then import the Invector support package from the Quest Machine third-party support folder. This will import into Pixel Crusher's common and Pixel Crusher's Quest Machine third-party support Invector support. This folder contains a manual with setup instructions and information about the integration. If you're using a controller with inventory, the next step is to add a scripting define symbol. Select Edit Project Settings Player and add use_invector_inventory. We'll base the tutorial scene off of the Shooter Melee demo scene. Add the Quest Machine prefab to the scene. We'll also set this up with the save system, so add a save system component, a saved game data storer, and a data serializer. In this case, we're using player prefs and JSON just for simplicity. Also add an Input Device Manager prefab. Untick Control Cursor State because Invector will control the cursor state. Next, we'll create a separate game object for the player's Quest Journal. Add a Quest Journal component and set up the ID section. You'll want to set up this game object individually in each scene. Inspect the character and in the Grounded section, untick Use Instance. Add a Quest Machine Pause Player component. This allows Quest Machine to pause the player, for example, during Quest Machine dialogues. If you want to save the player's position, add a Position Saver component. If you want to save the player's stats, add an Invector Stats Saver. And if you want to save the player's inventory, add an Invector inventory saver. If you haven't defined the scripting symbol, this one won't be available to you. We'll also set up a test menu for the save system. Add a Save System Test Menu component and Quest Control. We're going to use Quest Control to send messages to pause and unpause the player. Since Invector maps cancel to the backspace key, we'll update the instructions. When we show the menu, we want to send the message Pause Player to pause the player. And when we hide the menu, we unpause the player. Now we need to create our quest database and a quest. We'll call the quest database Tutorial Database, and we'll create a quest called Get Shotgun. However, to keep this tutorial a reasonable length, we'll just use the Get Shotgun quest that's already defined in the integrations example. Then assign our database to the Quest Machine game object. This is the quest. Its ID is Get Shotgun. We've added some offer text. This is a fetch quest to bring a shotgun to the NPC. To do this, we'll use Invector-specific quest conditions and quest actions that are provided by the integration. To complete the first step, we're going to set a condition using the Invector has items quest condition. And will require that the Invector player has at least one of item ID 12, which is the shotgun. This condition can also keep a quest counter in sync with the number of items that the player has so that you can show it in a quest HUD. However, in the Actions section, we're using the custom Invector Add Item quest action, which can add or remove items. We'll remove the shotgun, and we'll add a sword. And now we need to set up the quest giver NPC. Create an empty game object named NPC. We'll use a trigger collider to start dialog, so add a trigger collider, and then add a quest giver component. Set up the ID and assign our quest. Then add a trigger event. When the player enters the trigger, we're going to start the conversation. Select Quest Giver, Start Dialog. Assign the Quest Journal game object. This allows the quest giver to know what quests the player already has and to add new quests to the journal. Next, we'll set up a sprite for this character. And we'll also set up a quest indicator manager. This will show indicators above the NPC's head based on the state of quests. Make sure to assign a Quest Indicator UI to the Quest Indicator UI field. I forgot to set the NPC's portrait, so let's do that. We'll also set up a button to show the player's quest journal. Configure it to call the Quest Journal's Toggle Journal UI method when the button is clicked. And we'll add a UI button key trigger to assign a hotkey to the button. Finally, we'll position this so that it's not in the middle of the screen. And let's give this a try. We accept the quest, and here we see it in the journal. Now we'll pick up the shotgun. And when we talk again, it completes the quest. We can also test saving and loading. We'll save in this position, move somewhere else, and then when we load the game, we're restored to that position, and we can see in the quest journal that the quest was saved as completed. The PDF manual also covers the procedural quest generation components provided in the integration, but we won't get into that for now, and we'll conclude this tutorial.